What is going on, friends? Today, I take delivery of my Ford Mustang GTD. The concierge is here to tell me all about it. Let's do it. All right, friends, so as I said, today I am going to introduce you to my brand new Ford Mustang GTD. Take a look at it, because it's not gonna look exactly like that for long. Prior to this moment, you know, the transporter showed up, car got unloaded, team brought it in, because I didn't wanna see it until it was in the shop with all of our stuff. And so we'll play that clip here for you, show my first moment of it, and then we'll get into it. Has the time come?
The time has come.
I'm so pumped. I told the team that I was like, I don't want to see it come off the reliable truck. The first time I want to see it is sitting in our shop with all of our goodies. So thanks for coming to get me, bud. Ooh wee. Oh God, and leadfoot gray. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Our whole engineering team's down here like, what is this? What are they doing? Wow. Shoo! Holy sh**. You know we had to get number 25. God damn. This was definitely the right color. I mean, it's the right color for anything, but it is beautiful on this, and we got some plans to spice it up a little bit. I'm almost at a loss for words because, you know, that never happens with me. But we have Bernie here, who is the, what's your official word? Specialist, expert? Delivery specialist. I actually know Bernie from other projects. We worked together on the Bronco Off Rodeo, and he is a car guy of car guys, and so I was pumped to hear that you're coming to walk me around this, because I know what I know, but I don't know what I don't know. So that's what Bernie is gonna tell me about this, other than it is freaking badass looking. And yeah, I'm bummed I have to wait a little while to drive it for PPF. So
just about a month.
And before I get into it, I really need to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Bob Davidson Ford team out of Parkville, Maryland. Blake and his father Bruce, who own and run the dealership out there, just amazing humans. I purchased my Ford GT through them, so I went through them for the GTD, and Blake has just been unbelievable throughout the process, taking care of me, and I really appreciate your guys' help in making this thing happen. So I have to say, the owner experience so far is top-notch. Every step of the way, support from a concierge. When the car was dropped off, Bernie was my concierge. He walked me through this car for over 2 hours, told me everything, answered every question, very knowledgeable, and I feel way more educated than I was prior. And those are things I want to share with you guys, a lot of the little intricate things that I learned. We're also going to post a video of the entire concierge experience for those of you that want to feel, you know, the entire thing like you purchased a car, and check that out. But I want to give you all a little more condensed, some of the key features that I really love of the car, and we'll bounce back and forth a little bit between just me walking around and then also having Bernie, the concierge, in this video. So first things first, the color that I chose, I did go with color, extended color palette. It is leadfoot gray. So the same color as my Spec 5 RTR, same color that I did my GTR, and it also was the same color my Ford GT. I absolutely love the color. I think it works very well on the body lines of the Mustang, and it also is very much in RTR's color palette, and also looks amazing with Hyper Lime, hint, hint. I did not choose any of the fancy stuff. I did not get carbon, although it would look sick. I didn't get it. It's a lot easier for me to repair paint because I am going to be driving and beating this car. So it's a lot easier for me to repair paint if I was to ever get a damage. And I also did not invest in the titanium. I am a very thrifty man, well, as thrifty as a man can be with a car like that. I also want to say, very big pinch me moment for me to even be able to say this is my car. I realize, you know, I have a lot of really cool cars that have some value, but where I come from, this was not in the purview, you know, 20 years ago. So very grateful to have this opportunity, which is why I feel so strongly about bringing you all along for the journey. So no frills, all focus on performance. I got my personal style with the paint, and then I did get the performance pack. And so the performance pack comes with mainly aero to give the car the performance. So this is basically the exact car that ran the 652, I think it was, at the Nürburgring, which, by the way, everyone knows now that the Corvette has just beaten out the GTD. I just want to say a couple things about that. You freaking should have, okay? On paper, lighter weight, all-wheel drive, more horsepower. So you should have done that. But I also want to say that this is not official Ford speak, but I believe that this car has more in it. And I do believe, in fact, seeing Jim Farley say, congratulate the Chevy team and saying game on, to me, that means that this car is going back, and y'all just, let's put it this way, keep your happy moment for the happy moment that it will be, because all good things, you know, come to an end, you know, especially when Ford is committed to make that happen. So sidebar, let's go back. Nürburgring. So this is the exact same setup that the Nürburgring car had. This is the performance pack. So it's got the DRS, the larger rear wing, which also is active, larger front chin, dive planes or canards, whichever you want to call them. Also under the car, there is a lot of work on the rear under tray, which is carbon. There's also some aero flaps under there that also divert air. It is really, really cool stuff. But basically the performance pack was focused on aero, and I wanted this car to have the greatest performance that it can. Why? Because I drive things that are awesome. And I also like to learn. And so part of the reason why I purchased this car is, you know, a lot of people are like, well, why would you buy a GTD, Vaughn? You make some of the baddest ass Mustangs on the planet at RTR. And humbly, yes, we do. But as I said in my previous video, Ford built this car, which the budget to build something like this, could we build a badass car that could go fast? Absolutely. Could we afford to build this and produce it? Probably not. So to be able to have this and not only have what I believe is going to be the most technically advanced performance Mustang in my lifetime, I get to experience it, I get to drive it, I get to give people rides in it, but we also get to learn from the things that Ford did with this car for future products, you know, that we're building. In fact, we're just about to launch our Spec 5, which we started developing before we really knew much about the GTD. So it's really cool to see this and some of the things that we learned through our process that also the Ford engineers did to this. So a lot of really awesome reasons in addition to just smiles on faces to have this car. The first thing that you really notice, aside from the super aggressive looks of the car, wide body obviously, is massive tires. You got 325s in the front, 345s in the rear, 12-inch wheel in the front and a 12.5-inch wheel in the rear. And I mean, for those of you that have built Mustangs, wide body Mustangs, you know what it's like to try to fit that size of a tire. Well, this car also has completely custom front and rear subframes. The front suspension has been converted over to double A-arm setup, and the rear is full custom with a cantilever rear suspension that you can see from inside the car. So it has a dope suspension window. Many of you know we built the Unicorn, the RTRX, and the Mach-E 1400, all of which have cantilever suspension. It's a very great product for tunability for, this car has a 1-to-1 motion ratio, which means you're feeling exactly what's happening to the road. The suspension is basically directly connected with a 1-to-1 versus any kind of, split or changing kind of the fulcrum, or you could say it's a 4-to-1 or 2-to-1, but they set up on a 1-to-1 with this. That suspension setup is great for packaging, exact tuning as you want it, and which is also why we did it on the vehicles that I mentioned. You can see the massive brakes, 15-inch rotors, carbon ceramic, real deal race car parts on this thing. Every hole in this car is functional to either allow air in or get air out. So you can see on the fenders, obviously, air comes here, boom, sucks it, gets all the air out. So you're not holding any air in the fenders, right? The front end is all about getting rid of lift and creating and allowing downforce. So that's why you have the massive chin, the dive planes, and I forgot to mention these also come with the performance pack. So these are the hood gurneys. So basically air hits this, boom, goes up, shoots it up over the car, but also sucks air out. And when you're on the track, they want you to take these vents out to just maximize the air coming out of it. And as I understand, these little guys were a big part of getting to the Nürburgring time. I think these added, took some time off the overall, and then they ended up integrating that into obviously the production car. Moving on, to the back of the car before we get into the interior, titanium exhaust, which is exactly what was on the Ford GT. And we'll cut to the clip of pulling the deck lid off. Bernie showed me how to pull the deck lid off and what we have in there.
And as we slide back, just leave your hand low on the car and we'll lift up a little bit here and off it comes.
Boom.
Yeah, and I'll take it from here.
Look at that. Look at this. Ooh, let me see this. Oh, just kidding. Damn. We got a carbon shop here, so I'm just checking these boys out. Man, I mean, this is some top quality race car stuffs here, bud.
Yeah. And so this procedure you're going to want to do definitely before we go to the track, right? Because we want to make sure that we've got any leaves, any debris, anything that's kind of accumulated back into the coolers. We want to clean that up.
Get that out, yep.
Yeah, before we go to the track. Yeah, you've got your lithium-ion battery on your side. So you also have a tire inflator kit. Good luck getting that out the side of the road. On this side we've got all the hydraulic system.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you can kind of see, a little bit of the suspension up in there.
Oh yeah, it looks like my 64 Cutlass. I see a hydraulic block right there.
Yeah.
Things come full circle. I'm back into hydros, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to the interior, it is very much no frills. It is race car spec. You can see, I love the suspension in the back window. We haven't even taken the plastic off it yet. I asked them to leave all the plastic on the car because I want to pull that stuff off myself just for fun, You can see these seats, unique trim, but very similar to the GT500 seats. Very comfortable, good supporting seats. I may end up going a little more race car seat in this, but I haven't decided yet. And in, some nice carbon fiber bits, but the rest of the car is very Mustang. The software has some changes. It's really cool that they added the GTD graphics. And there is multiple unique settings in track mode. They have a track plus, which is for very bumpy tracks. And also when you go to track mode, it dumps the car about 50 millimeters. It's close to 2 inches for those of you that don't have that quick math conversion. So you dump the car. And there's also in track mode, variable traction control. So you can dial in as much as you want of traction control for track mode, right? They have their standard calibration, and then you can allow it to lean up a little bit on catching the tire spin, especially for those of you with a good foot.
It's the black Onyx interior package.
Mm-hmm.
The front plate hardware.
You know what? There's one thing I might have to send it back. It's missing. Drift brake.
I know. I thought about that.
We got a problem, Houston.
Essentially, you have 5 drive modes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who's been driving this thing, dude? 16.8 miles. Okay.
So you're in track mode now. So as soon as you hit OK,
Oh, we dump now, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, that's sick. Variable traction control that you can adjust.
yeah.
There's also a push button in here to raise and lower the front end on the fly for, you know, when you're going into steep inclines and things like that. You know what, let's go ahead and pop the hood open. Ta-da, dun, dun, dun. So I believe, I'll quote Bernie, 816 horsepower, maybe 15, could be 16.
So it's 815 horsepower, 664 foot-pounds of torque.
So this motor is a evolution of the GT500 motor, which is also, you know, the same architecture that is in the Raptor R. But this one is turned up the most that they've ever turned it up. I believe it's got a pretty big cam in it, and it just rips. One of my favorite things here, I mean, everything's my favorite thing in this car, but this is really slick. Billet coolant reservoirs. So one is for the supercharger. Obviously, one would be for the radiator. And it's really rad to see billet in a production car like this. I am under the impression that those may end up evolving to plastic in the future, but some of the earlier cars ended up with billet. This strut brace, by the way, is a serious piece of work. I love this thing.
Magnesium?
Yeah, is it magnesium?
It is.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece.
Yeah. So this is very similar to what we did. You know, this is essentially a GT500 architecture.
Yeah.
You know, coolers, the oil cooler, the water cooler. We got more horsepower, 60 more horsepower. We got 100 more RPM. So your 815, 16 horsepower are at 7,400 RPM. The other thing to think about is for the first 250 miles, that is your engine break-in on this car.
Break in? Never heard of her. No, you got to break it in like you drive it. That's
Right.
that's my belief with everything.
So after the 250, we give you full revs, we give you full power. We uncork everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
As many of you know, this does not have a standard transmission. This has a DCT or dual clutch transmission. Basically, I shouldn't say transmission, sorry, transaxle. What is a transaxle? Well, this is located in the rear subframe, not in the middle of the car. So great for weight distribution. Also, the shifts are so fast of a DCT, and it's just one unit that is the differential, all the gears shifting, the clutch, everything is controlled in this one unit. And it's a really, really slick unit that is built by Tremec. And it is an absolute freaking unit to shift. Basically the same thing that was in the Ford GT as I understand it. So while I haven't driven this car in anger or driven it at all, I know that it's gonna be unbelievable when it comes to shifting and speed and the amount of torque of this motor with a DCT. It's just gonna always have power. Speaking of driving it, so they have the torque limited for 250 miles. They force you to break the car in, and it's a good thing because I wouldn't do it unless they did it. And like every other customer, you know, they have to build it for the lowest IQ in the building. That might just, you know, get in it and beat it up immediately. No, you got to break it in like you drive it. That's that's my belief. So I respect that. Also, PPF is highly suggested with this car. So I am going to let the paint cure and PPF it before I really go get down on it. I mean, you can already see just pulling it in the shop. I mean, this is just like full of rocks. These tires are super sticky. In fact, they said they don't even put mold release on these, so they're ready to go basically immediately. And it's very clear by just driving what they pick up without even any heat in them that they are very nasty. Let's see, what are the other things I love about this car aside from the spec that I picked and the color and just this beautiful, beautiful body? I think that's really roughly it. I didn't miss too much. Again, like if you ever get close to one, or when you do, just check out all the aero work. I mean, even one of my favorite things is you can see this profile, right? It comes up onto the hood and then drops down, and they built the profile into this and built these humps because in here is the cooler for the transaxle. So it just grabs all that air and lets it go, in the transaxle cooler and then out these ducts, which is really, really, really cool touch. And again, it's just all function. They literally, this is literally a GT3 race car for the street. And I also have to say, the fit and the finish, which is something that I'm very particular about. Those of you that have seen our RTR products know that we really care about that. And they did a phenomenal job with the fit and finish of with this car in general. Everything is proper, no crazy gaps. And for a hand-built car, really unbelievable. One thing that you'll notice when you see these cars is this cut line right here. So they get the unibody from Flat Rock, very similar to how we start with our race cars. And they basically cut the outer sheet metal right here, pulled all this off, boom, and then put their composite wide body panel on here. So that's a really, really cool telltale, nice little story scenario there. And other than that, we just got to hit the track. Like I said, a man's got to be patient. And respect the process. So the next step while we're waiting for this paint to be ready for PPF is we've got some accent paint work. We've started exploring some wheel design to put on this hot rod. That's about it. There's not much we're gonna do to performance. I say that now, but who knows? We may add a little bit more horsepower to it in the future. Not that it needs it, but if you can, just why not? Why not? 1,000 sounds cooler than 800, doesn't it? Not saying we're doing 1,000, but I'm not saying we're not. Being so close to Ford, I have so much respect for the team, and I have some of the behind the scenes insight of the trials and tribulations and the effort that they went through for us to have this car. There's a lot of work, a lot of learnings, a lot of failures, a lot of wins that end up, creating the product that we have that, at current face value and on paper is extremely impressive. So I can't wait to rip it. Just crazy to be seeing this in our shop. Yeah, saying that it's mine is it's pretty amazing. So much love, you all. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. We'll have plenty more coming up with the GTD and other fun that we're working on. Much love. We'll see you soon. Woo!
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, my man?
Break it yet?
Did I break it yet? Well, I think I would call you before I got in and drove it because we really got to talk about the design of this car, bud.
How much you love it?
It is amazing. Dude, you guys crush it. Obviously I've seen the marketing cars, but man, just the thought, the passion, the fit and finish, I am really happy with this car. I just wanted to tell you that you crushed it and you should be really proud, man.
I think, we had one last night and it's pretty impressive to see how much it attracts all kinds of people. And the positive feedback we get every time. So it's, I'm looking forward to getting ours at some point.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to leave it alone.
I know. That's fine.
All right, buddy.
All right, cool. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.
Have a good weekend. Enjoy the car.
Thank you, my man.
Don't be too stupid with it.